Hello, I'm Dr. Leon Stutzman, aka Doc, with another one of these little videos designed to help you to get through these strange days in which we find ourselves, and these yet remain strange days indeed. I'm talking this week about collecting your thoughts, and today I want you to collect your thoughts on prosperity. Beginning with this thought: I want to prosper. Would you say that out loud? I want to prosper. There's nothing wrong with wanting to prosper. In fact, prosperity was God's idea in the beginning. If you read the creation stories, he placed Adam and Eve in a garden called Eden. Eden means pleasure, and the Bible tells us there was good gold in the land. Every need was abundantly supplied, and there was good gold in the land, not to mention a listing of precious stones. They were prosperous people. Genesis 13, verse 2, and Abram was very rich in cattle and silver and in gold. Would you say that out loud? Very rich. Abram was very rich, and the Bible tells us in Galatians 3:29, if you are Christ and you Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. There's nothing wrong with wanting to prosper. In fact, you ought to want to prosper because prosperity is a part of God's blessings for your life. Say it one more time: I want to prosper. Claim prosperity in your life, understanding this, that you're the only one that can define what prosperity actually is to you. I was walking through Manhattan years ago with my friend, the late, great Bishop James Copeland. He had been a police detective for New York City, was actually on the French Connection bus. We were walking through Manhattan. I was preaching a meeting under his big tent. And I said to him, looking around that beautiful city, and this was back in the 90s, I'd have to make $500,000 a year to live in this city. And he looked at me and he shook his head and said, no. He said, you can live in this city on $300 a week. There are people that do that. Everyone determines where they want to live. I've kept that thought in mind over the years. Everyone determines where they want to live. What's prosperous to me may not be prosperous to you. What's prosperous to you may not be prosperous to me. Prosperity is all relative. I read a magazine every month that is dedicated to the lifestyles of the rich and famous, knowing that I'm never going to attain that lifestyle. But that's okay, because I'm living a prosperous life for me. When you come to that point where you recognize what prosperity is for yourself, then you can really live a prosperous life. Israel never really fully possessed the promised land. We're told in Joshua, the first chapter, the 3rd verse, every place the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that have I given to you, as I said unto Moses. But they never fully possessed the promised land because they got content with where they were. They set the tabernacle in Shiloh. You read that in Joshua, the 18th chapter. They put pillars on the tabernacle. They took that which was supposed to be transient, they made it permanent, and they never went any further. That's one of the reasons I read that magazine, because it inspires me to believe that I can go just a little bit further. I want you to picture yourself going a little bit further and prospering in every dimension of your life. Let me say one more thing about prosperity before I tell you about this Sunday services at Aspire Church. Prosperity is not about dollars and cents. Prosperity is not cash, Cadillacs, and condominiums. Prosperity is having a right relationship toward God, a right relationship toward others, and a right relationship toward yourself. Prosperity is spiritual, it's physical, it's emotional, and it is financial. God wants you to prosper. I want you to prosper. 3 John, the 2nd verse said, Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospers. I want you to collect your thoughts on prosperity today, and then begin to look toward your future, because you have a future. Jeremiah 29, verse 11, I know the thoughts that I think toward you, God is saying. Thoughts of peace and not of evil, and that word peace means prosperity in the original language. Thoughts of peace and not of evil, to bring you to an expected end. Would you say it out loud? I have a future. Really, you do have a future. This Sunday at Aspire Church, it is going to be powerful. This Sunday, remembering your future. How can you remember something that hasn't happened yet? This Sunday, remembering your future. Because if you don't remember your future, you're leaving your future to chance. Catch it live on the live stream at aspirechurch.tv. That's live stream aspirechurch.tv, or on Facebook at Aspire Church TV. Facebook, Aspire Church TV, live stream aspirechurch.tv, 10 o'clock Sunday morning, Eastern Daylight Time. It will be powerful and it will be profitable. I'll look for you then. And of course, I'll be back next week with another set of these little videos designed to help you to get through these strange days in which we find